Pero nang mula dawat ang desisyon, bot pasabot, i-dismiss ang petition. So na ako mo'y pahibalo dayon, karon, para kabaluta, kung saan ay kahimtang sa inyong kaso. So bot pasabot, napil dita sa Office of the President. Ilang i-dismiss. Karong adlaw, nadawat nato ang kaso.
The walk for Sumilao land, in my experience, I've been an alternative lawyer for the last 14 years. I think it's just one of the strategies that the farmers adopt in addressing their specific issues.
Matagtikan sa amang matagtil, magahatod o sa kamensahe nga mao ang justisya kaangayan.
This walk, well, of course, this is I think very novel and very unique in that sense because this is the first time that farmers have decided to bring their case to Manila, but realizing that they do not have enough resources and they don't want to take up arms, decided to walk for 1,700 kilometers. This walk is about a case of farmers in Bukidnon. I've been involved in this case for more than 10 years. I was very young then, a very young lawyer, fresh graduate from the law school. I wanted to work with the farmers and went into an NGO called Saligan when we were training farmer leaders to become paralegals. Paralegals for us means farmers that works with lawyers, learning the law with them, not only to respond to cases filed in courts, but also to make the public understand why implement agrarian reform in the first place, and why address lack of landlessness, problem of landlessness among farmers.
The Farmers' March is symbolic, and it describes what the work of the alternative lawyers, the alternative law groups, entails. And the work entails walking with the poor, taking a long journey in pursuit of justice.
Illegal walking.
Illegal walking. You cannot just be at the sidelines. You cannot just be watching. And you cannot be at the forefront. You cannot be doing all the work. It's always walking with the poor. It's always working with the poor. And along the way, you meet people. You convince people. You bring the issues of the poor. You explain the issues of the poor to them. You allow the poor to talk. You allow the poor in their very eloquent manner of bringing their issues to those who are in positions of power.
Pagdating ng 1988 ay mayroong batas na lumabas, ang Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Law. 10 taon na po ang nakalipas. Walang development na nangyari. Ibig sabihin, mayroon silang violation not compliance of the Compulsory Order. At maliwanag na sinasabi rin ng Dara Administrative Order Number 2, Series of 1990, na kapag hindi natupad ang application for land conversion, dapat ang DAR ay mag-issue of notice of cabinet.
I believe that they have the right to the land. I know that the system should work for them. And I know that they are doing this because they know what their rights are. And they have the ability even to articulate what their rights are and what the system should do for them. So in a sense, they are doing the work of the lawyers. The lawyers should be the instruments of justice, but in this case, the people have directly claimed their right under our legal system, under our justice system, and they have called the attention of the entire country to their cause.
There were 55 farmers who walked from Sumilao. They said that work with the farm is even harder, but this is different because it's concrete. They had to walk on concrete roads, and they had to endure the heat of the sun, and they do not stop. They just go on walking and walking until they reach the destination. A lot of them fell and fainted because of the heat. Some of them even had to be brought to the hospital for over-fatigue and lack of sleep because they get to the area very late at night and wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and then started walking. They went through provinces where there were really bad roads. I thought they will already give up.
That was part of the entire struggle. And they were willing to go through that. They were willing to make that sacrifice because they believe that they have the right to the land.
Kaya ba Malacañang? Kaya! Kaya ba Malacañang?
I'm not used to walking for the whole day, for example, walking for 40 kilometers a day. I had to also suffer sore feet once in a while.
Ayun! Ayoko! Ay, punyeta ka! Hindi! Hawakan si Kaka! Ayoko! Ayoko! Ayoko!
I assure you.
Kalawag to Lopez.
Kalawag to Lopez 11. 21.8. Kalawag to Lopez 11. Lopez to Gumaka 19.8. Gumaka to Atimonan na. Gumaka to Atimonan 16.6.
Lagi ka lang. Iwanan niyo ako ng space, ha? Mahal ko. Gusto mo kanining kata? La 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 la. Malambot ang iyong tama.
Lawyers, in the traditional sense, are not supposed to be doing sacrifices or any action with their clients. Lawyers are supposed to be isolated from their clients. They handle the paperwork, they handle the legal arguments. But lawyers are not seen in the Philippine context as working with their clients or being with their clients in their situation. Here, it's an opportunity. It's a very significant opportunity, a rare opportunity for lawyers to be with their partners in a very difficult struggle, walking for justice, walking for several kilometers for justice. And this is not only symbolic, it is the essence of what lawyering with the poor is.
Sasabihin na, may sampling tayo dito of political, may sampling na tayo ng invite, may sampling ng women. So,
the Alternative Law Groups is a coalition of 19 legal resource non-government organizations in the Philippines working in different areas. The member organizations have different program focus. Some are working on issues concerning the environment. Some are working on issues involving farmers or workers or fisher folk. Some are focused on issues of gender equality, women's rights. Some are working on children's rights. We are working with indigenous peoples. We are working with urban poor communities. But we are common in the type of work that we do. All the member organizations are teaching the law. All the member organizations are working for changing the law and effecting policy changes. All member organizations are providing legal services, but also doing the more strategic type of litigation, doing the test cases, filing high-profile cases, seeking to have more progressive jurisprudence from the Supreme Court.